Rival House Network.
And don't like the brags, I don't like the boast. They like hot butter on the breakfast toast. Watching flicks, talking chicks, I like to motor boat. Can Riverman make it, yo, a check? Nope. So look at all these movies I got. Commenting like, should we watch them or not? I know they just be acting for cash, but I still got one question to ask. Like, why'd he do that, do that, do that? If that was me, I'd be like, screw that, screw that, screw that. I'm an alpha, I'd eat through that, through that, through that. So why'd he do that, do that, do that?
BTM Podcast here. Hi, everybody. Aaron, Zach, we're coming at you.
What's up?
We're continuing forth on our mask exploitation. Fun fact, I honestly thought we were going to be done with this after the Rocky Dentist. And we were actually going to get a head start on, spoiler alert, our stash exploitation. And that comes recommendation of Capper, right? David Capper?
Yep.
Capperfield. So, and we are going to do it. But we got a great suggestion today, or yesterday rather, to do this film, which is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. And it got me thinking.
Mask of the I thought it was called Mask of the Phantom.
No, it's Mask of the Phantasm.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't have your boy in it.
The tall man ain't in this?
Yeah, it doesn't have him. But it got me thinking, you know what? For a true exploitation, why we shouldn't stop it too. You know, because this was a great suggestion, and we've never done an animated movie before. I mean, Zach, for all we know, this could be a cross-exploitation starter. This could be the start of a future animated exploitation, maybe even a future, well, technically now we have a Batman exploitation on our hands because we did Batman Returns, right? I'm kind of tempted to do that shitbag Batman Forever sometime because
we got some cross-contamination going on, baby.
Yeah. But as of right now, this is definitely for mass exploitation. And like I said, spoiler alert, we're going to start stash exploitation.
Cross-contamination exploitation.
As soon as we're done with this. So we're all queued up. Mask of the Phantasm. We're not going to waste any time. Zach, let's go in 3, 2, 1, play.
Hell yeah. Oh, this movie, dog. Actually, I've seen this movie once, and it was like back when it came out, baby.
You know what's so funny is literally 15 seconds ago, Zach's like, I'm going to try and talk normal through this whole episode. And you just bombed it at the intro.
I did?
You're like, oh, look at this title. You did the whole thing, yeah.
That's still talking normal. That's not doing the whisper thing.
Is it? Okay.
That's not the Corey G shit.
See, there's 3 levels of normal then. The real normal is like literally your normal voice. Like right now, you're not in your normal voice. Maybe this is your normal podcast voice, but your normal voice is, I mean, yeah, we can. Sure, it's fine. You know, it's different. Listen to any podcast before 2 years ago, and you'll hear Zach's normal voice.
Speaking of that, here's a fun fact. So we were going to start the mustache exploitation, and you know how during the weekend we have the Revival Classics, and I always like, okay, I'm gonna pick something that has to do. It's sort of lightly like what we did last time, but So we had Mustache Exploitation coming up, so I was like, oh, we back as Zach did the fucking Double Dragon movie, and now we got Mustache Exploitation coming out for the freaking Revival Classics. I'll pick the freaking Super Mario Brothers movie.
Perfect.
And I'll put it up there, baby. But here's the thing, I went to find the original listing on the BTM podcast feed, and it was nowhere to be found. So I go to YouTube and look up when we originally uploaded it. It was like, I don't fucking remember, but I go to look right where it should be, and it's not there. So I don't know if I just never uploaded it. I forgot. I don't know what the fuck happened. So
were there other episodes that were around that same time that were on there as normal, or?
Yeah.
Really? You don't think iTunes is purging just random fucking episodes of things?
Hopefully not. That'd be retarded.
You know, I mean, because I've heard of some podcasts. There's some podcasts you can go onto, and they don't have anything past the last fucking 3 months, and shit just kind of gets purged. Now, I don't know if it's something they set up, because sometimes it's a pretty small threshold and they just get cycled out. I don't know how it works.
There's some people that if they use a podcast thing where they have to pay for fucking
only so much.
Yeah, so much storage, then they get rid of some of the older stuff.
That's a crime.
It is a crime. Fuck them.
That's a bummer. Well, upload it as a classic anyway, and now it's up there.
Yeah, it's up there. It's got the newer theme song and shit, and you're probably thinking like, whoa, that's weird, but yeah, it works. It's there now.
And it probably makes sense for you to also put that into the Stashploitation YouTube subcategory, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know? All this stuff's going to be cross-pollinated, you know, into whatever exploitation.
We're going to make it cross-contamination exploitation. It's just going to have everything in it.
Yeah. Otherwise known as all videos.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So, how old were you when this came out for you? How old were you?
Oh, I don't fucking know. When did this come out? 93. So
I was 7.
I was born in 89, so like 4.
I think the actual animated series that this is based off of, I want to say it premiered in 92 along with Batman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those I don't think I'm wrong on that. That's around the time because they kind of launched at the same time. And, you know, it almost seemed like they were kind of branding each other or marketing each other, you know, even with the theme song being the Tim Burton Batman theme, right, from the movies.
Mm-hmm. Remember, my VHS of the Tim Burton Batman had this at the beginning of it as a trailer.
You must have had a late print, you know, because it wasn't quite out yet. I think it was around. I mean, it's very possible it could have been like 91, latter 91, but I think 92 they launched around the same time because I remember when this premiered. I remember where I was living and the whole thing, and it blows me away. It was so long ago, but you know that Danny Elfman theme, it's become sort of the official Batman theme, no matter which universe we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even down to the fact that I think I didn't see the Snyder movies, but I hear that in Batman v Superman or Justice League, one of those, they actually tease and kind of play the Danny Elfman Batman theme. So it's sort of just taken on this identity of itself. It doesn't really get much better than that. I love the Batman theme, the Burton movies, and all the music. It's really good.
I was just getting ready to ask, how big do you think Batman's cock is? But I think they revealed that not that long ago, right?
That there was a comic, yeah.
Isn't that funny? It's like the people that animate the fucking show must listen to the podcast or something. They have to.
I mean, that was a comic book, dude. That wasn't the animated series.
Whatever. The people that animate the comic book.
Look, we know they're going to eventually get to a Batman exploitation or some kind of exploitation or a mass exploitation, and you know they're going to ask themselves how big Batman's cock is. So let's just beat him to the punch.
Yeah, they remember that chick that was in those documentaries that used to get the rock stars' cocks and put the fucking plaster of Paris over them.
Plaster cast, yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, we need that for fucking the superheroes. I could be that guy.
Is that where I learned? Lenny Kravitz's cock was 11 inches?
I don't know.
I mean, I didn't learn it the hard way.
How big's your dick? Let's compare sizes.
It's big enough. It's big enough for your mom.
Oh yeah. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that freaking Jim Steinman from like Bat Out of Hell fame at one point was writing a fucking Batman musical?
All right. Bat out of Man. Bat out of
Bat out of Man. No, DC actually hired him to do it, and he got like halfway done or something, and that was around the time the Marvel universe came out, the movies, and they were like, "Oh shit, we got to put all of our money in the movies now," and then they canceled it.
Fuck you. Go make Hang Loose Teddy Bear or whatever shitty album Meatloaf is making now instead.
He didn't make that one.
He wasn't a part of Bad at Hell 3. He wasn't. I thought he was with them after that album.
No.
I know he's in the last one.
Yeah, he was on the last one, but I think it was just songs he wrote. Like, I don't think he wrote any new ones.
I have to tell you, it didn't help. I've actually went through and I've listened to those sort of latter era Meatloaf records, and they're not good. And Meatloaf's voice sounds like fucking ass. It literally sounds like an ass trying to fucking produce a shit.
Nice.
You know, did you listen to that last album? It sounds like Grandpa Simpson.
Donk.
I mean, am I wrong?
I don't know if I listened to it.
Dude, listen to it. It's laughable. If we wouldn't get flagged, you know, on every medium across the board for putting his shitty music up here, I would say, hey, I would pick out a track for you to play on this podcast because it is laughably bad. And he just, I don't know if it's because he's not surrounded by anybody that will tell him the truth, and he's, a bunch of yes men are around him. But dude, it's fucking terrible. This is coming from a guy who likes the first Bat Out of Hell record, but let's face it, the guy is kind of a one-trick pony, right? Bat Out of Hell 2 sucks. Yeah, it had that one song that was like a big hit, but it's not a good album.
I like Bat Out of Hell 2, all right?
I don't think it's that good. It ain't Bat Out of Hell 1, that's for sure. But okay, fine. I'll give you Bat Out of Hell 2, but after that, it's like, all right. But anyway.
You could hear some of those demos he made. Jim Steinman singing them. And he's always said, like, oh, no, my voice sucks. So, yeah, you could... There's one good song on there, I remember. It was like the last song that was going to be on the musical. We're still the children we were, or something like that. I forgot.
Did you ever... Maybe I shared it with you. Did you see that video of Meatloaf performing at this halftime game in Australia for, like, the biggest sporting event that they have? Like, this big thing in this big stadium. It's like their equivalent to a Super Bowl, I guess. Did I send you that video?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's got a lot of hits online, and it's obviously posted to mock Meatloaf, but it is fucking terrible. And he plays a medley of all his hits, literally all of his hits is from the first. It's pretty much every song from the fucking first Bat Out of the Hell and I Would Do Anything for Love, whatever, off the second one, and it's in a medley. And dude, it is laughably bad. It is so bad, and in his case, I kind of want to ask. No one suggested a backing track for you. Like, because everybody's doing it. It is what it is. People do it because they can chalk it up to moving a lot or they got a cold, but you just fucking are terrible. I'd rather just say I had a cold, but it's bad. Anyway, he's drowned out. He's got so many backup singers like trying to carry him. They're singing like every single word with him, right? Mm-hmm. They're trying to carry it, plus backing tracks, I actually think. But he's still there crooning. And it sounds fucking awful. Like, somebody just dial his mic down. It is not necessary. But I got to share it with you. It's terrible. I wonder, well, yeah, we probably would. I wonder if we put the audio of it at the end of this podcast, if the algorithms and the bots would recognize it as licensed Meatloaf, because it's that bad. Maybe they wouldn't even recognize it and flag us for it.
You're making fun of a guy that had a stroke, man. You're an asshole.
Dude, it is terrible. I don't give a fuck. Right? If I had a stroke, I would know that. Oh, it's like if I had a stroke and I couldn't use my right arm and I was a guitar player. I was Randy Rhoads. I'm not going to try and fucking make a fucking Yngwie album then, right? I'm just going to accept it and maybe write music or something, you know? You know what I mean? I don't know if that's too much of an excuse. But Bat Out of Hell, I think... It's one of the biggest selling albums of all time worldwide, but I think it's literally the biggest album ever, like in Australia or something. I mean, he had a reason for being there, but some people just need to let it go if someone ain't got it no more. God, I keep fucking getting these pop-ups on my screen. I want to fuck you, and it's not even like spelled right. It's misspelled, and it's from like Romanian looking website URL.
Yeah, dude, you run a fucking virus search.
This is ridiculous. I've never used this PC, I swear. I know this is what everybody would say. I've never used this for anything but podcasting. I
would fucking admit it. I look at porn all the time. It's dog shit.
No, I don't. And especially like this computer is nothing for podcasting. And yeah, I must have, maybe I picked something up, with a video or just, I don't fucking know. I have no idea. But
yeah, you should do a fucking deep ed with Bat32. He wants to talk to you about your anti-porno stance.
Are you fucking with me?
Here's a fun fact.
Hey, hold on. Are you being serious? Or are you fucking with me?
I'm not fucking with you. Here's the fun fact. We recorded the freaking reunion episode of Exploited Cinema. We're gonna release some of the older one. We're gonna wait till we have like 4 or 5 older episodes, and then we'll release that freaking reunion episode. I want to just freaking I want to release an episode every week, but Aaron's like, oh no, bi-weekly, bro. We release one every week. We'll blow through them real quick. And I'm like, who gives a fuck? I want to hear these fucking episodes. Like, they've been gone for so long.
I think bi-weekly is a good pace, dude. I really do.
We did a roughie. I'm not going to tell you guys what the movie is, but yeah. So Aaron's like, you guys are doing a porno? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, yeah, we should ask him if we could do a different one. Well, like, why we shouldn't have the return episode be a porno? And I was like, oh, they always did porno. And he's like, they did? And I had to fucking remind him that they did roughies and stuff like that.
Well, I never listened to those episodes, and it's been a lot of years, by the way, so my memory's shoddy at best right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't sit well with me, and I actually kind of hate that you're bringing this up on the air, because now we're going to get some backlash like, what? Post it, because the compromise we made was we're not posting it on YouTube.
Why?
Because it won't fly anyway. Dude, we can't put a fucking roughie, or like not even a roughie, like a pseudo porn, like a German Euro porn thing on YouTube. We can't.
We're not going to post the movie.
You can't. Dude, even like the titles and everything else that's insinuated might get us flagged. And that's not even just from bots, dude. People might do it.
Oh, we could totally find that out by going to YouTube and looking up. Oh, I just gave away the fucking. I'm going to censor that out.
You motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I thought we compromised on that. I thought we compromised on that.
I mean, episode 2's got freaking 2 porns on it too, and that's going up.
No, I thought we compromised on that. I'll talk to you after the podcast.
Well, what's the point of compromising now that it's only going to be 1 episode?
I know it sucks, doesn't it? But look, here's my stance, and this is funny because this can actually seg into what you're talking about with the Bat 32 and the. I still don't know if you're fucking with me.
But anyway, yeah, he's like, why didn't Aaron come on? I remember he loved the show, and I was like, oh, he's got some weird anti-porn thing, and he's like, really? Why? And I was like, I don't fucking know. He kept asking me. I was like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I couldn't tell you. He's like, you should let him know that I want to do his deep end. I'll talk to him about his anti-porn stance.
Okay. Well, does he not realize that Todd also has the same anti-porn stance, and that's why he started Hobo, actually.
Yeah, you guys are soy boys, I think. I think that's the problem.
Look, Hobo with a podcast is essentially similar to Exploited. It's just minus the smutty, like the porn stuff. Right?
Oh, yeah. Well, we do exploitation, but there's some exploitation that's too exploited. It's too smutty.
Dude, I mean, I get you. I feel you. I know how it looks, but I'm just saying, but that's actually River's stance too. And that's why, and I'd forgotten all about that because Riverman reminded me because my memory, it's so old. My memory was that Exploited ended and Hobo was kind of an answer to that. But no, River's like, no, Hobo was an answer to I loved Exploited, but I mean, I didn't want to he Exploited collapsed and I didn't want to sit there and jump on and carry that on because that was an option, I guess, with Bad. He's like, no, I had to do something new because I didn't want to do the roughy stuff, right? Like as you're describing it. And I get that.
Fucking beta.
Anyway, as soon as Riverman and we were having that conversation just last week, dude, all of it came flooding back. All the stuff you were telling me about, now it all came back to me like, oh yeah. And I just started remembering it a little differently, I guess. But yeah, I mean, we had made that compromise, and that's interesting you said that about Bat wanting to have that because I would welcome it 100%. I would love to do. Would he still want to do that even though he's not interested in doing podcasting or full-time podcasting?
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, it'd just be a one-off.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. We originally planned, hopefully we could do an entire season 2 of Exploit Cinema. But yeah, whenever we went to record it, we found out Delroy, his co-host, just didn't have the time to commit to doing it, every couple weeks or whatever. So it just kind of fell through, and now we just got a reunion episode. It works though, because it's going to be the 69th episode. They fucking, they ended before they got to the 69th episode. How crazy is that?
Well, I think as you put it in private, maybe learning that his co-host wasn't as into it, it took the wind out of his sails. It deflated his enthusiasm a little bit, probably. But, when that happened, I guess Riverman said that they actually scrapped the Hobo return too, right? Which is a real bummer because I was talking to Riverman and I was like, well, who knows? It's like, the Hobo thing, that really doesn't have to be any sweat on Bat, That's just him coming on every now and a blue moon for an hour and a half and shooting the shit. I'm like, if he does that with you anyway, because they talk on the phone, talk on Skype or whatever and shoot the shit about movies. Like, I don't understand like why he would close the door on that altogether, just doing that. So who knows? Maybe over time he'll come around and he might want to just kind of do stuff like that. Or maybe he'll want to hop on this podcast. That's he can always come on and be a special guest and shoot the shit with us about some fucking wacky movie we're doing. That'd be awesome too.
About some roughies.
He could talk about him. He can name drop him, man. But you know my stance. And like I said, you're changing your tune on me now because that was the compromise we had to come to. Like
it was a compromise you put forth. I never agreed to it. I just like whatever.
So here's my compromise. Here was my complete stance. My complete stance is I didn't want any of those on the platforms at all. I didn't want them on iTunes. I don't want them anywhere. I want to be distant from them. I don't want them in association with anything I'm associated with.
Listen to this fucking liberal and his anti-free speech rhetoric.
Listen to me. I don't want them. No, you could do them on your own platform, right? You could go and fucking you can watch them. You can go talk about them. You can go beyond exploited cinema, right? That's free speech. But this particular, anything that I'm associated with in any way, I don't want it to be associated with. So our compromise was, okay, just don't put them on YouTube. Fucking put them on iTunes. You know, they're going to have their own feed and thread anyway. It's what, like, just, and I'm like, iTunes, I don't think YouTube's going to fly anyway. It's not worth it. It's not worth getting a community guideline strike and getting our shit fucking taken down, which, by the way, side note, we got fucking remonetized again. And it makes no fucking sense.
We're going to see how long it takes them to take it away again. I'm excited.
It makes no fucking sense. It's like they take everything you accrue and then you reapply, declined us, you reapply again like every couple of months, and then it goes. And I'm like our content hasn't fucking changed one iota. So whatever. It's just stupid. I'm convinced it's all a sham just to fucking take and
at least
pillage.
At least the first one we got to monetize again after all this time was the one where I mentioned baby cock.
You're right there. But I know to you though, it sounds weird for me to be having some kind of a stance like that, but and maybe it is. Maybe there's some hypocrisy there. Oh,
it's not weird. It just sounds fucking retarded.
Like you remember when you first came on and you said, like, I think when you would have said something like a baby cock when you first came on, I was like, what the fuck? Stop the presses. Let's rewind. Let's start this. So it took me aback. So, you know, I've come to appreciate your satirical humor. I get it, but we kind of have to draw a line somewhere, right? And I do. We all have our personal morals and our personal boundaries. Like even Riverman, like I said, he's in on it too. He's like, yeah, that's where I have to draw the line.
See, I don't have a line. There isn't one thing you guys could say. I mean, unless you came out like, oh, fucking, yeah, I can't think of anything now that I'm putting on the spot.
So what if,
unless you were like, hey, I like to fuck kids.
What if we had a brand new co-host that was a legit fucking white supremacist? And all he did was speak hate rhetoric.
See, I was close to saying that, but then I thought, you know what? No, because then I could unretire my Trollzak character and I could just beat the fuck up on him and I wouldn't have to do it on my friends anymore. That'd be donk.
No, I don't think so. Like I said, people have lines drawn. And I think, and I know you, I think your line drawn will be drawn at stuff like that, right? I mean, it's just a little thing. But I would love to have a conversation with Bat. I need to hit him up. Bat never messages me. He just seems to talk to you. Okay. Which, that's fine.
He doesn't have, I don't think he has a password to his old Facebook anymore.
Okay, so maybe he just needs, so he's got a new one? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe I just need to re-add him. But I think that would be an awesome episode of Deep End. I think that'd be fucking great. So maybe I can hit him up or I can maybe feed you like the message or something. But that'd be fucking great, dude. And you can come on too. Dude, I'll have it with him and you.
Yeah.
I'll go 2-on-1, man.
You'll get fucking pummeled by our greasy cocks.
I know. So totally. But anyway, that's fun. We'll set that up. I think if he's willing to do that, I'll do that in a heartbeat. But anyway, don't you think maybe we should talk about this damn movie?
Yeah, it exists.
No, dude, fans love this movie. And there's been many polls by a lot of those mainstream websites and shit that have ranked this like number one as Batman movies. All of them.
Really?
Yeah, there's...
All I remember about it is like it's mostly just a really long action sequence.
Well, people hold the animated series it's based off of in really high regard. Me too. I used to love it when I was a kid. And it's still today. It's a really adult-themed cartoon. You know, it's dark. And like I said, they take inspirations from the Burton kind of vibe and all that stuff. And people love this movie.
Any titties in here?
No. Even though this movie, though, you would think folk would focus around a main Batman player, but I've never heard of the Phantasm. I don't know if that's based off anything in a comic or if it was created for this particular movie. The Joker's in it, but like I said, he's not the focal. But it's good.
There was a Joker saying song on Jim Steinman's musical too.
Really?
If I remember right. It's about like, oh yeah, Batman, where does he get all those fucking gadgets he's got? Those wonderful toys.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. I think they made a good call by canceling that shit. It's like the U2 Spider-Man Into the Dark or Out of the Dark or whatever it is. Remember that Broadway play they had?
I heard that was good. That movie that came out?
No, that's the new movie. There was a Broadway Spider-Man show like fucking maybe 10 years ago, 8 years ago. I don't know. It was like a handful of years ago. And it was U2 did all the music. And it was Spider-Man Out of the Dark.
Why would you hire U2 to do music?
To do a Spider-Man, why would you have a Spider-Man Broadway show, and why would you do U2 to a Spider-Man Broadway? None of the three components seem to mesh to me.
They didn't Dinesh D'Souza.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so this show. Did you ever watch the animated series growing up?
Nope.
Really?
I ain't gives no fuck about Batman.
Are you somebody that can appreciate cartoons as an adult, or can you only watch shit that you're nostalgic over that you used to watch when you were like little?
I can as an adult, yeah.
You should try watching it, man.
SpongeBob SquarePants' donk.
Yeah, see, that's pretty fucking dumb. But anyway, well, yeah, and Mac watches all that like Adventure Time bullshit, right? Or Rick and Morty. I don't know, but I don't watch modern stuff. But no, I actually bought the Blu-ray box set that came with the entire series. It also came with this movie and the sequel movie, Batman Sub-Zero, which is based on Mr. Freeze, but it didn't have digital copies of those, which is fucking like, why? That makes no sense. But anyway, otherwise I would have had a copy of this in my Vudu. But anyway, did that share with you on our Vudu? Because you can I got the whole series up on the TV section.
Yeah, I'll never watch it, probably.
What? Just give it. You should give it a shot. It's good.
Okay.
All right, Lil John.
I don't got a shit ton of stuff to watch already. You know what's funny is I've been in a freaking Joe Bob mood. I've been wanting to watch Joe Bob, and that's what I've been watching. And then Aaron's like, "Oh, we got to do Tombstone for the first month of Mustache Exploitation," so I started watching that, and then
spoiler alert,
didn't finish it, and then yeah,
you didn't finish it.
Didn't finish it.
Okay, I don't want to get too much into it because we'll save that for the commentary. But why didn't you finish it?
Because I had to go fucking do other shit.
Okay. I thought you were saying because it was like fucking terrible or something. I was about ready to slap you. Because it's not a terrible movie.
Well, so far, it's like, okay.
It's a pretty good movie.
It's 5 out of 10.
Oh, fuck yourself. You can't say it's a 5 out of 10 when you're only like halfway through the fucking movie.
No, I got like 30 minutes left.
Oh, really? Well, everybody bases a movie on its ending, so give it time.
Mm-hmm. Her titties are pointy.
Yeah. You know, this might be the most popular comic cartoon, but I actually, from the same era, I actually prefer the Spider-Man 90s cartoon, the X-Men cartoon from the 90s. I love those, especially the Spider-Man show. I love it. And I've been wanting to buy those on Vudu for so long, but they charge an arm and a leg per season. They're like $25-$30 per season. Why?
I think that's the thing. I never gave a shit about superheroes. I always liked the villains better. The Freddy Kruegers and shit.
Well, there's villains in these comic book things.
Superheroes are lame.
Well, when I was a kid, I fucking love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man.
Like, if I had a superpower, I'd use it for evil.
Yeah, you'd be a supervillain. Would your big fucking shtick be fucking kids?
Fuck yes.
Oh, fucking gross, dude.
See, I'd hope I was like fucking, what's his name from Amazing Spider-Man 2, where he gets the electrical powers and it closes the gap in his teeth. That's a nifty fucking superpower.
Did that happen?
Yeah, why?
What?
Why'd that happen?
I don't recall that.
Yeah, you don't recall anything with that movie because it's fucking abysmal and stupid.
You know, the movie was really stupid, but, you know, actually I didn't totally hate it because at least it was action kind of the whole time. The first one with Andrew Garfield was boring. It was just, you know.
Remember how Uncle Ben died in the first Andrew Garfield one?
No.
He died because he's some guy stole a thing of milk. And then Uncle Ben, he's like, hey, fuck it. He saw a guy leaving. He decided, he sees that the guy has a gun, and he decides, that guy's a bad guy, when he has no evidence that guy's a bad guy. He just heard, like, somebody robbed a convenience store. He sees a guy with a gun walking away. That must be him. You're in New York, and the guy has a gun. He could just be trying to protect his stupid ass. Fucking Uncle Ben, you're a retard. He deserved to get fucking shot in that movie.
That Martin Sheen, right? Didn't he play him in that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was Martin Sheen. In Sally Field.
Did you notice I'm talking to like fucking Corey G now? Fuck.
Yeah, you fucking failed.
Fuck me.
Did by the way, when you guys were recording that comeback Exploited Cinema, did you explain that, or did he maybe point that out more about? Hey, you sound that's Corey G.
Yeah, after the show ended, we were like on the phone for like another 3 hours talking about like behind the scenes shit, a bunch of stuff, crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Dang shit.
Dish a little, man. Anything you could talk about, like in public, or
not really?
Oh, it's like dirt.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a big reason why he, like, towards the end of the phone call, he was like, "Yeah, man, maybe I should think about this," because like he was talking about like, "Oh yeah, all the drama." He was like, "You guys have been doing this for a while, a couple years now. Is it full of drama like it was when I was doing it?" And I'm like, "No."
What couple of years? More than a fucking couple of years. But
a couple could mean anything. It could be like 5, it could be 6, it could be 8.
You know, we started, Exploited and BTM started around the same time. I actually looked at the dates. I literally think we started within 5 months of each other. Or 6. It was really close, I think.
Fucking Riverman and The Lush is fucking guesting on an episode coming up. And then you and Riverman guest on an episode after that, later.
What? I have no idea what episode that was. I can't even remember.
Like 5 or 6, something.
Oh, like episode 5 or 6?
Something like that.
Yeah, so I don't remember what it was, but we started, the gap was really close. So we were around the same time, and yeah, we never stopped. We evolved. We changed. You know, and people have changed in the rotation of who's on the show. I guess I've been the mainstay. I'm Screech. This is like Saved by the Bell, the new class, and I'm still on the show, right? Everybody else has left. But so we evolved and we changed and we made it work, and we've never left. But yeah, so he said it was a bunch of bullshit, huh? We've had drama, man, but it was never anything that was super. It wasn't allowed to become toxic, because when we had stuff like the Corey G's, I just put a fucking clamp on it, right? And I always had like Riverman on my side, and I just fucking like out, you know, like fuck you. But I didn't let it become toxic. The only way it would have became toxic is if me and River or something had a problem, because me and River are like best friends, right?
Or if he fell into a vat of toxic chemicals and fucking came out with superhuman size and strength.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, I wonder why. So you can't talk about that, huh? You can't give me anything?
No.
Motherfucker. After we're done recording? Off the air?
Yeah, there's some stuff we can talk about through the year. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to come back and do anything top. But the thing is like, to the knowledge that I have, if they were hypothetically coming back, they wouldn't be coming back with any of the elements that were dramatic, right? So that's like me saying, getting propositioned, hey, how about a classic BTM revival with Lush? Like, fucking no. Like, why would I want to do that? You know, because, or no, better yet, Lush and Corey G in tow. Like, pfft, okay.
Here's a fun fact for everybody listening behind the scenes. At one point, like a movie, like a shot-on-video movie that the Lush was in and starring in was on fucking Amazon Prime. And I was like, let's do a commentary for it.
No, I didn't.
And Aaron's like, nah. I want to put that behind me. I'm like, fuck you.
No.
That'll be amazing.
It's so stupid. I just didn't want to give it the time of day, because I know what drama's like, and I'm not trying to make it a big deal, because I don't really care. You know, it's so far in the past and it doesn't matter, but it also doesn't make sense to talk about it either. I mean, it's just in the rear view. It's so stupid, but I get it. I get the drama too. But
I got a news for you, Aaron. Objects in the rear view mirror may appear closer than they are. Okay.
Is Lush on my tail?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying? But So yeah, I mean, we had our little bumps too with the actual show itself, but we just changed. We just moved. And, it took a little while, but over time, it's like a diamond, man. You crush it, and you get that diamond. We're well refined now, and I like how we are now. I like what we've become, especially in this last few years. We've really, hit what I think it's probably always going to be.
See, I like you more whenever I completely flake off on you and you're watching all the porn you can handle. We're doing porn on the show. We're talking about porn 24/7. We start a porn podcast.
Why would it surprise you? Maybe Bat, because I don't talk to Bat or whatever, and it's been a long time since we really spoke. But why would it surprise you that would be my stance on porn? I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be shocking to anybody that you have your stance on it because you jerked off with your friends under a blanket. You watched your best friend fuck his sister in the back of a pickup truck.
You're telling me you don't jack off? You jack off.
Listen, that's not what I said. I said you jacked off with your friends under a blanket.
Exactly.
You omitted some from that sentence. And, like I said, there's the whole incest in the back of a pickup truck, and there's all these things. Dude, I don't have those stories, right? I mean...
You're fucking sheltered.
Dude,
you didn't grow up with a school of hard knocks, the concrete jungle, like I did. I'm from the streets.
School of hard cocks is too easy. Dude, that's what we should call the deep end episode. The School of Hard Cocks. That'll be the subtitle.
Exactly.
But no, I mean, it shouldn't shock anybody that I have a particular line drawn in certain areas. And, I would think Bat, when he listened to our old material, he would have gotten that vibe too. Because even Riverman and I always had that stance. Dude, case in point, I'll give you guys a little bit of backstory. Back when we had that small period where we had the infamous Corey G, who we prank called, which I wouldn't even mind, man. You could even you could put that prank call on in this episode too if you want. Who is this? Did we ever air that, by the way?
Yeah, we did on the Evil Dead 2 commentary.
Okay, but anyway. We had that stance then because we found out, dude, fucking Corey G was trying to like talk to the smuttiest fucking porn fucking just horrible fucking sleazy people and trying to get interviews with them. And he would...
I could go ahead and say that Bat told me that Corey G was basically dropped from every podcast he was in for the same reason.
Could you say that again?
Like he was trying to use their credentials to talk to like people without asking.
Oh, he said that the same thing happened?
Yeah. That's why he said that's why him and T-Shirt Joe had a falling out.
Yeah.
Him and the blood pads and boomsticks.
I mean, so that's cool for you to tell me that since I have some relevancy there. I mean, it's the same thing. So he was... But even when he was doing it, man, like it started off cool, but then he started bringing to us these interviews that he did when I didn't fucking know about, under our name and wanting us to put him on the show. And it was like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this turning into? And anyway, when we severed ties and just fucking distanced ourselves from him, I revoked his credentials into like the official, because we used to have an official email attached to what was, behind the mask or whatever. And when I took back the password, I mean, I trusted people. I didn't go digging around and shit and micromanage or anything. But when he was gone and he was doing shady shit, fuck yeah, I looked in there when I took it back. And there was all kinds of fucking emails reaching out to the fucking sleaziest people. But the worst crime, it actually isn't the worst thing in the world that he was reaching out for people I wouldn't have wanted to talk to on our show.
Jenna Hayes.
Listen. It was 99. Actually, no, I'll go out and say it. 100% of all the messages in that inbox and sent box were trying to get people to his Big Kahuna movie or his fucking, all his fucking personal shit on the side. Like
BigKahunaMovieReviews.com. Check it out.
I don't know whatever the fuck he was doing. Vault of Mysterious Information. Is that what he was doing with Joe?
That was him and Joe's podcast, yeah.
Okay, whatever it was, he was using our name to try and gain leverage. Because at that point, I was able to get, because people don't realize this, when you literally are starting, it's like having credit. You got to build a little credit to get credit, and some people have trouble kind of piercing that initial layer. And I finally pierced that layer, and I was able to get responses from people, and people were at least taking us seriously enough to acknowledge us and at least respond. And we were getting some kind of feedback, and we were able to get these small interviews like your Soska sisters, or your fucking Jason David Franks and all that stuff. But that was something, and it kind of snowballed from there. Anyway, he took advantage of that. And you know what? I told you I was over it, but fuck him. No, it's all right.
See, he was a mastermind genius the whole time. See, you're just a prude. Getting pissed off at his great interviews he's scoring.
Dude, I was getting pissed off at his troll shtick. I had never met a troll before that. Now, knowing you, I know what a troll is. But his trolling was next level. He really liked to twist screws and just see if he can get you pissed off. And I don't remember the episodes that well, but dude, if we were talking about, I don't know, for example, if we were talking about a Freddy movie, man, this guy would literally pretend like he walked into the wrong party and was talking about nothing but some Lorenzo Lamas movie or California Dreams, and we'd keep trying to course correct, and he would just act like he didn't hear you and keep talking about fucking
Did you ever listen to the Vault of Mysterious Information?
I listened to it once and it was boring as fuck. It was super informative, but it was boring.
A bunch of stuff like comic books and stuff. But you could tell like T-shirt Joe was getting annoyed every time he'd bring up like because Corey G would always bring up freaking Facts of Life, and every time he brought up Facts of Life, he played the Facts of Life theme song in its entirety.
Like on his end?
So
like on his end?
Yeah. In post, like it would just stop the podcast and the whole song would play.
So he was editing it, not Joe.
Yeah. So about like 20 minutes in, you've heard the Facts of Life theme song at least 5 times, and it's like, what the fuck?
I mean, it's kind of some Andy Kaufman level fucking funniness, right? To somebody that's not related to any of it.
No, if he was, he wouldn't have freaked out whenever we called him in the hospital.
I know. So
you didn't play that right at all.
No, I don't give a shit, dude. The troll can't fucking take it, right? It blows me away. It blows me away. So I fell off with that. Did that show, The Vault of Mysterious Information? I don't know why I remember the title of it. Did it last? How long did that go on for?
At least a year.
Really? It went on that long?
And then Bad 32 was telling me like Corey G told him at one point, like, yeah, I'm getting tired of doing Vault of Mysterious Information. Every time I show up and T-shirt Joe just shows up and fucking mocks me and stuff like that.
Oh, T-shirt Joe was mocking him?
I guess. He's probably annoyed with him.
So he couldn't take it. That blows me away, man. That's like...
and T-shirt Joe is a freaking world-class troll too.
I guess when you get 2 alphas in the same fucking doghouse, man. One comes out on top. But, T-shirt Joe has a style of trolling that's very classy. It's well done. Like, his trolling is very... Maybe it's because I don't talk to him and I'm just reading shit, but Corey G was annoying. But it doesn't surprise me at all that he was doing that stuff with exploited cinema. I mean, the guy had issues, so...
Yeah, I remember not that long ago, T-shirt Joe was guesting on an episode of Bloodbaths and Moonsticks, and they're like, "Oh yeah, T-shirt Joe's here. Send us your questions." So I saw this as my only opportunity. Guys, whatever happened to Corey G? And it just ignited. Like that question came up on the podcast, and it was fucking hysterical. They're sitting there like him and Tim Gross from Bloodbaths and Moonsticks. They're like, "Oh yeah, this guy. He was fine one day, and then out of nowhere he comes on the show and he's talking in a stupid ass whisper, and all he's talking about is Lorenzo Lamas and fucking this guy, that guy, and all this stupid shit." And before too long, I just stopped talking to him. And then he went and did some stuff with the BTM guys, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was well." I couldn't say that because I wasn't on the call, but it was pretty dog.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think he goes around life and he's just pissed off because he looks like a misshapen potato fucking Frankenstein monster, and he has to wear a lucha mask to hide his fucking hideous, deformed face. I don't know.
See, what if we could get that show he was doing? I don't even know if he does it anymore. The movie Graveyard. He does that show with the guy calls himself Goat, and Goat, he was gonna take over Exploited Cinema, whatever, Bat 32, and Delroy were gonna quit. But that was Bat 32's vision, was like, oh yeah, Goat's gonna take over. He's great. He's really good at what he's doing. But then at the last minute, he was like, oh, I actually just started my own podcast, so it didn't happen that way. And Exploited Cinema just kind of fell apart. But yeah, I talk to Goat every once in a while. And what if, like, if Goat wants to come on, what if Corey G happened to come on too?
Oh, so he still talks to fucking Goat. These guys, they're all.
See, I don't know if Corey G's still talking to Goat, but he was on that show for a while, and he hasn't been for a while.
Why don't you screen that first? Maybe find out and dig a little bit, because maybe he did the same shit to Goat. Like, oh yeah, he was. For like a day, and then I found out he was doing this and this, and he fucked my wife or something behind a dumpster in a lucha mask. Because I'd be all about having people like that on, as long as there's no fucking ties to any of those like old cancer sores, you know.
Well, it's kind of funny because everybody who was kind of who met under that umbrella of Exploited Cinema is still around doing it now, and we just didn't know because like.
Wait, what about J-Dog?
J-Dog isn't anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, J-Dog being a Riverman actually tried. See, I'm taking a while to say his name because I always try not to say his real name.
Who,
but
Todd?
Even though, yeah, we can't say his real name now. It doesn't matter. So yeah.
Everybody knows.
Riverman, a.k.a. Todd, was like, oh yeah, we should try to get J-Dog to come on and do fucking Hobo with a podcast. And I sent him a message. He never even responded to me.
Did he read it? Did he leave you unread?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, so I don't talk about this bullshit. I don't like dwell on the past, and I'm not a bitter guy. It is what it is. It's all over. But sometimes you just have to take the person that's, you know, recounting the events, take their word for it that there's a reason why. I mean, I'm not being petty. Dude, Lush did some shady shit. He did some shady, fucked up shit that I won't talk about, but it was definitely grounds for just distancing yourself from that person, right? It's just what it is.
Yeah, nobody thinks they're a bad guy. Nobody, like, you ask the fucking most evil person in the world why they did what they did. They're like, oh, well, I thought I was doing the right thing. Usually, it's what they do. But yeah, I'm sure Lush would be like, oh, fucking, no, I did what I had to do, baby. You ask him his version, he's like, oh, fucking Aaron, he came in and he was the wrecking ball that just destroyed the Revival House. It wasn't even called the Revival House.
I'm talking about personal shit. I'm not talking about podcast stuff.
I know, I'm playing.
Like, I don't see how anybody could, if only you knew the stuff I was talking about, you'd be like, oh yeah, there's no way somebody would be thinking that they were right when they were doing this act, you know? But in all fairness, someone like the Lush was living up to the image he wanted as far as a podcast, because in real life, he's a sleazy motherfucker, right?
Sleaze fiend.
Ew, hardcore, man, but not in a good way. Not in the way that you want to, like, put yourself around and have that influence in your life and just, whatever. Anyway, I digress. We're getting off the beaten path with that stuff. Oh, last thing I'll say, and I brought this up before, but I think it's been a few years, so I'll just say it again. Dude, the Corey G thing where that interview, I don't even want to talk about it in detail, but just when he fucking asked for an autograph in the middle of my interview, he interrupted me.
Dude, I'd give anything if you could find that unedited thing so we could play it on the show all the time.
Dude, because Todd was editing back then, and I'm sure he just scrapped it, but yeah, the interview's fine with the edit, but dude, this motherfucker, he had just kind of started. I don't think he was like officially, but he had just started kind of like talking to us. That was like his second time talking to us, and he's like, "Oh man, can I be on there with you? I love Jake Dave Frank. I love that guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, just maybe I gave him too much credit on etiquette, right? But we're supposed to be the people that are interviewing him. I'm interviewing him, and it's a press thing."
Well, that'd have been funny if he decided to troll freaking Jason David Frank to the next level. Be like, "Hey, Jason David Frank, it's Seagal. Oh yeah, I told you I'd get back at you, fuck boy."
That was Van Damme, dude.
oh yeah,
yeah,
same fucking guy.
Not at all. But anyway, so, and I think I even kind of briefed him. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this, whatever, and I even said, I let him show. He had a couple of questions. He ran by me. I'm like, yeah, I'll let you ask a couple of questions. It's fine. I'm not gonna be an asshole. I know you like the guy, but you have to remember where the line is. Like, we're press. We're interview. We gotta kind of like try and act like We're serious about this and don't come off as total fucking fanboys or something. And this motherfucker went totally around everything that we kind of discussed. And in the middle of my interview, like, he interrupted me and him. We were talking. He interrupted the guy we were interviewing when we were having discourse, and he fucking just asked him. And it wasn't even the best time to jump in at all. It was terrible. The timing was awkward. Everything about it was fucked up. I might have even talked. Okay, I don't remember what it was. I think he might have even been talking about the passing of like his brother, you know?
Oh no.
And then I was talking about like my mom. We were talking about family illness and family. Yeah, and then he fucking talk about breaking the tension with something that's just fucking ridiculous. Hey, can I get an autograph for me and my son? Can you make my son's out to my name too?
What if his son was sitting there the whole time like, Daddy, ask him.
Dude.
Ask him. He's like, this isn't the best time right now, little guy.
No.
Little Corey.
No.
Listen to me, little Corey. He just grabs him by the fucking neck and says, listen to me, little Corey. I'm going to fucking ask him. I'm waiting for the perfect time.
It was for him. Like, and he's just a big man child. And that talk about making us look fucking bad, because it puts him on the spot, right? For all he knows, he doesn't know if we're going to edit this fucking podcast. He doesn't know what we're going to do. So what is he going to do? Look like a bad guy and be like, hey, no, he's a nice guy. That's kind of his image. So he's kind of on the spot to say yes. And then he offers, I'm going to give you guys all stuff. And I'm like, oh, thanks. You know, which is really sweet. Really sweet guy. Real nice of him. But I'm like, it was embarrassing. I was embarrassed. And dude, fuck that guy. I still have the stuff Jason David Frank sent me, though. It's in my closet, and it's in, he dropped it off to the post office himself. I've got the bag where he mailed it and it's everything. And yeah, I mean, super nice guy, but just.
You got his home address. We should dox him on the show.
No, I don't. He has a P.O. box. I don't know. Maybe there is a home address on there. I guess I don't know. I guess I just assumed.
We wouldn't do that anyway, though. Or would we?
No.
Maybe we should make a fucking t-shirt that has his home address on it.
But like, think about it. This guy, I told him, and then, because after we got done recording, Corey G, we were kind of like off the record, you know, and Corey G was talking more about the shit.
Did you give him the business?
Listen, he was, after we got off the air, more or less, you know, per se, he was talking to JDF or whatever about, okay, now about that stuff working it. And I told him, I said, tell you what, and at this point, it was already, the damage was done. And I was like, no. I ended it. I thanked him. And then I texted Jason myself, and I was like, yeah, man, you're really gracious. Thank you so much. And all that stuff is like, and I told him, I said, anything you send, it's totally, we'll give it away or whatever. And we'll have like a raffle for you and, you know, promo for you and all. It's like, okay. And, but he ended up sending personalized stuff too. So I couldn't do that. So what I have is personalized. What Corey G has is fucking personalized. Blah, blah.
He probably could sense the tension. He's like, this fucking idiot just like ruined his interview with me. And now he's trying to course correct. He's trying to be like, oh no, don't feel obligated. So I'm going to fucking make sure he can't get that shit away. Swell guy.
But anyway, what did he do? I just said, just send it all to me. I'm not going to complicate your life. Just send it all to me. Why would I do, why would I sit there and be like, hey, send it to this address, no, this guy's going all his trouble. And I kind of felt bad when I got all the shit, and this guy literally went to the post office himself. He packaged all this stuff himself, and he made time out of his day. Going to the post office is annoying. I don't know about you. It's like hard to make time to do, and he actually did it. And I saw how much he paid to ship everything. He out of his own pocket, he paid money to mail all this stuff. And I'm like, man, this guy's really nice. And it made me feel like a bigger asshole for even having an asshole like Corey G on with that. I mean, I regretted it. And anyway, dude.
Should have had me instead. I would have asked him what kind of porns he's into.
I gave, you're right. After we got done with that, I did give Corey G the business. I'm like, dude, are you fucking serial right now? Are you?
Did he ever break character behind the scenes? Fucking never.
One time I think he did, because there was some back end stuff. Like he lived, do you know where he lives? I think does he live in the same state as Todd?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, Todd was he had a job thing going on, and Corey G was supposed to hook him up with a job at the place he worked. It was supposed to be a decent, and he ended up fucking him. I think I got a phone call about that as like a middleman, and he called me when he was like at work. And so, like, oh, and this is not the element for him to be all trolly. So he's actually talking normal. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
See, I would have fucking done it even at work.
Dude, it's like, who the fuck is this? It's like a werewolf thing. If it's daytime and he's got a tie, it's just naturally going to be normal. But as soon as that moon comes out and the sun goes down, where Corey G? He does that thing. But anyway, so I gave him the business. I was like, dude, and me, I was always the nice guy. I wasn't like an asshole, but I'm like, dude, you know, that wasn't cool, man. But anyway, even after kind of putting, you know, rubbing his nose in the shit on the rug per se, the guy had the audacity. I told him, I said, you know, he's texting me and I've talked to him outside of this and he's sending the stuff to me. And I told him that's how it's going to be. He's like, hey, this guy had the audacity to first go, why didn't you just have him send it to me? I'm like, motherfucker. Aren't you fucking choosy? Like, good Lord. And anyway, I said, no, I'm not going to do that. He's sending it to me and then I will send it to you. Like, I literally spent my money sending it to him. You know, spent extra money in trouble.
I would have been like, fuck you for messing up my interview. And I'd send him a video of me burning the fucking autograph with his son's name on it.
I should have. Dude, if I could have looked into a crystal ball and saw the scumbag he really was, I would have been like, no, fuck you. Fuck you. I'll name my firstborn child Corey G just so we can have this and not you.
Just so you can kill him.
Just so I can drown him in a bathtub. You're fucking terrible. Gosh, man, you took it to a dark place. But no, anyway, this guy had the balls, even after that, to constantly hound me. Where's that package? Did it come in yet? Did it come in yet? Did it come in yet? I'm like, hey, I got it, man. Now I got to take it to the post office. I need a couple of days. Did it come in yet? Come on, man. Where's that? Like, are you a fucking 2-year-old? Like, it's...
Did you get a tracking number for it?
Like, yeah, he was giving me the business on all that stuff. And I'm just thinking, this is not time sensitive shit. You're a grown ass man. You can't deal with a couple of days extra without a fucking t-shirt and an 8x10 and a bullshit.
It's just a picture with his name on it. Like, what do you, it's going to be there.
Yeah. It's not like it's not like he didn't send me a homemade pizza pie that's got a shelf life, right? Dude.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's something you're not going to just fucking throw in your fucking dork basement or something. I mean, yeah, you might wear a fucking t-shirt, you nerd, but you'll be fine. I mean, it's not going to make you any prettier. Chill. Anyway, I'm done wasting my breath on that guy.
Yeah, we should probably talk about this movie we're talking about.
He looks like Pinhead from Puppet Master. That's what he looks like. Let's give you guys a
hell yeah.
With a lucha mask.
I was looking at the screen wondering like which character you're talking about. That I realized.
Corey G.
Yeah.
You give that guy a fucking turtleneck sweater and you put a lucha mask on him and he's Pinhead wearing a lucha mask.
Exactly.
Anyway.
See, that was the thing I was going to say too whenever I was playing, like he was yelling at his son, like, you keep doing this, little Corey G, I'm going to revoke your lucha mask privileges.
All right, we're giving him way too much airtime here. But so you said you never liked Batman or any of that stuff, but you like the Tim Burton Batman films. I mean, okay, you don't like Batman movies, but yet you're the one that's waving the flag for Batman Forever for some damn reason.
Because I know how much you hate it.
Look,
I want to do Batman and Robin too.
Batman Robin is absolutely terrible.
I saw that in the theater, baby.
I thought you didn't like comics when you were a kid, dude. Make up your mind.
I didn't like comics, yeah. Never owned a comic book.
But when I said, did you watch this growing up? You're like, no, I didn't like Batman.
Yeah, I didn't like it enough to watch a cartoon movie.
But you didn't like it enough to watch a free cartoon.
Yeah.
The show. I was talking about the animated series, but you liked it enough to go pay money to go see the theatrical experience of what looked to be like the worst fucking Batman on Ice Capades bullshit.
Dude, it had fucking Arnold in it. I had to see that.
So
did I ever send you that meme where it's like it shows Arnold's face and he, like Mr. Freeze, he's doing like a kind of face and it says, whenever you turn off your light, you're gonna jack your cock in your cold, ice cold room. And it's funny because I always do that. Like every time I go into a room and it's dark time, I always go, oh, the cold. I always do these little fucking like quips. Like, oh, it's so cold. This is a Gotham. Chill.
I hate it when people talk during the movie. So this is ridiculous, man. No, I've said it a million times. If I've not said it, more than that. It's the only version worth watching is just the compilation on YouTube. You can watch a compilation on YouTube where it's just all of the Arnold one-liners. It's like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. It's glorious. It's fun. It's a good laugh. Batman Forever. Look, it's not nearly as bad as Batman Robin. And I guess it's just there for me. And there's some nostalgic quality to it, I guess. That's why I would like to do a commentary for it. I would. Because I can watch it. It's fine. But it doesn't mean it's a good movie. And it's not. But you got to admit, the 2 Tim Burton movies are good. You like those, right? Okay. They're good movies. They're good standalone movies. Like, you don't even have to really think of them as Batman flicks. They're just good movies.
Yep. Hey, I just remember cross-contamination exploitation. Should we retroactively make the Goosebumps Haunted Mask episode part of the exploitation too?
We could probably throw it in there. No, I'm serious. Why not? Just put it in the fucking thing. Yeah, why not?
Fucking see, we're playing 3D chess with every episode we release. You guys think there's no rhyme or reason to this shit, but we're like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We had this planned out years in advance.
It only makes sense. Like, if we did more than one Goosebumps episode, it only makes sense to put, a playlist with all the Goosebumps episodes. It only makes sense to also throw the Haunted Mask also in the Maskploitation, but it's fine. It just means you got more than one place you can find it.
And retroactively, any movie we've ever done where there's a character with a mustache in it, we could put that in the mustache exploitation.
Yeah, that's a good question. What justifies being mustache enough for mustache exploitation? Because it can't be any movie that's had a guy with a mustache. What I was thinking was, it has to be somebody with some kind of mustache of note. So, like, when you watch Tombstone, everybody's got these giant fucking mustaches, old school mustaches. That works. They all look like the Pringles man, right? Anything with someone like Tom Selleck, because Tom Selleck's known for his mustache, etc. Burt Reynolds.
About Richard Pryor, I put the toy in my want to do for mustache exploitation.
The toy works. Richard Pryor had a glorious stash. So, anybody that's pretty, like, world known for their dick tickler counts, right? But if it's just, I don't know, we got to figure out a line there. But and they have to be a starring role. They have to be the center, right? I think that only makes sense too.
Hell yeah.
Anyway,
so did you ever play? Speaking of Batman, did you ever play the Arkham games?
I played the first Arkham. And of course, I was late to the party. Like, I play stuff a few years after it's like the hot business.
I tried all of them. The only one I liked enough to finish was the last one, Arkham Knight or whatever. Which is funny because everybody says they don't like that one.
That's the one that people don't like. They like the least. So I played the first one, but I couldn't finish it. I put like a couple of hours into it, And I like the vibe. I like what they got going for it, but I wasn't feeling what everybody else was feeling.
Yeah, the stealth is never handled well in that game, in those games.
Yeah, and I absolutely hate having to wear it.
Like, you could jump right in front of somebody and they just still don't see you. Like, oh.
And I hate having to wear it. I hate it. It's like, it's not fun. I don't know. I just wasn't seeing what everybody else was. Wasn't for me.
It seemed like for Arkham Knight, they finally realized, like, yeah, our stealth mechanics suck. Let's not make that the focus. So I had more fun with it.
Well, maybe one of these days I'll play it. Who knows? But probably not.
Shredder.
Yeah, he does look like it. Master Shredder.
I'd fuck him.
Did you ever play? Yeah, that's the big twist. It's her. It's the girl.
Oh, she got titties. The Phantom's got titties.
It's the Phantasm.
Phantasm's got titties.
But what about video games though? So did your bias towards hating, I guess it'd be hating comic stuff, did that even go to video games, or were you a little bit
No, I liked the Spider-Man game, all right. Spider-Man 2, fucking I rented that game back when it came out, and fucking hear Bruce Campbell doing the tutorial voiceover. That was donk.
Yeah. What about any of the Batman games from the old days though? Did you play the Batman Returns SNES game?
I remember, maybe.
That's one of the best beat 'em ups. To me, that's the second best beat 'em up behind TMNT I was
never big into beat 'em ups.
Yeah, to me, beat 'em ups are they're a genre that are hard to nail because most of them are shitty. Kind of like fighting games. Most fighting games, you have fun with them for like an hour, and then you're spent on them. Right? There's only so much you can get out of them. But there's a few beat 'em ups that are really good. And you never played Turtles in Time?
Turtles in Time was an exception, yeah. I like that one.
Yeah, that's an exception. There's something about it that is easy to keep going back to, and you could just play through it. It's a lot of fun. Batman Returns is one of those games too. It's really cool. It was made by Konami. and it's real dark. They nailed it. It's the best representation of a movie, like a tie-in game ever. Like it's perfect. You actually play stages from the movie in chronological order as the movie plods along, and aesthetically it looks like the movie. The music, it sounds like the movie. It's harder than shit. I guess the only bummer is that it's one player. Like, it's, Batman didn't have Robin in that, so you could only play just you. But it is hard. Like, you kind of wish you had a buddy to help you.
Which reminds me, we have a retro rampage we need to do, because we got some news about the fucking new Kojima game, boy.
Yeah, we do. I watched that trailer, and
I didn't watch the trailer.
I did. I watched the trailer. It was fucking weird shit, man. But
I still don't know what the fucking plot of that game is.
It's odd. If you watch the trailer, you get a little bit, but not really. They still have you asking questions.
I think that game will come out, and then 5 years later, he'll reveal the plot of it.
Yeah, who knows? But we got to do a retro rampage. Maybe we'll try and squeeze one in this week or something.
I've been getting the hankering to play fucking the Symphony of the Night. Been playing it, but
yeah. Well, yeah. We'll see, man. I'm always down for whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
But I gotta fucking set it up so I can look at the TV and play it, because fucking that game has a weird input lag with the Elgato if you just play it through the HDMI. But it'll work. It'll be donk.
So you never watched the 60s Batman show?
Nope.
Never thought it looked...
I watched the movie.
Why? But you never watched the show?
The movie was more readily available. It was on Netflix. The show wasn't.
But you never watched it in syndication on TV when you were growing up. They didn't play it?
Nope.
So what do you think? Okay, but you get...
I only knew that show even existed because it was at the beginning of Blank Man, which is a way superior film.
Way superior superhero movie. Well, how come we haven't done that yet? J5!
I have no fucking clue. We should have
Superhero exploitation, and we should do all the fucking the superheroes no one cares about.
Meteor Man,
fucking Star Kid, yeah, Meteor Man, fucking Toxic Avenger sequel.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Well, so what do you watch the movie though? So you got a vibe, you got the feel, and you saw most of the actors. Like, what'd you think of Cesar Romero's Joker? Everybody thinks Mark Hamill's the greatest Joker that's ever walked the earth.
I don't remember much about
the fucking 60s version.
I like how Cesar Romero Joker, they just painted over his mustache. They didn't even bother having him shave.
That was very fucking ICP of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he just had this white mustache. You could see it under his makeup. What the fuck? This Joker's not very committed at all. This guy doesn't, and he was just totally silly. He wasn't really sinister. He wasn't anything. He was just kind of goofy all the time. And he was old.
Mm-hmm.
He was old. He was like a grandfather. He was at least 60, I think. I don't know. He's fucking old. And he had a lot of old man jokes.
Yeah, the only freaking Batman adaptation I'm thinking of that comes to mind right now is the fucking porno spoof, where fucking the Riddler is fucking this chick, and he's like, "Riddle me this, Mrs. Carson. Let's 68. You blow me, and I owe you one."
Is that really what he says?
That's pretty donk.
Splat? Is that Splat Man?
I don't remember what they call it. No, it was just XXX Batman. Splat Man I've never seen.
Is that a real thing? I didn't know if you created that.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing. It's hard to find now. I couldn't find it. But you look at our freaking thumbnail for the Josh James one that we did, Batman Returns. He has the Splatman logo on his chest instead of the Batman logo. It's for dog.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So I think the whole thing here is just that few years younger, that you are from me, man. You just kind of miss this.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you were my age, because like I said, I was, I would have been 5 going on 6 when the show came out. Dude, that was huge for a kid that age. You were too young. You were probably still on Barney or something.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Barney?
Yep.
Yeah, see, I wasn't part of Barney. When Barney...
You never watched Barney?
Nope. When Barney first came out, I was just past that age, right? To give, proof to that, my brother, who's right below me, Dr. Sleaze, we're a year apart. Not even a year apart, actually. And he was into Barney, but I was just 1 year past it. So I never experienced all that stuff, and I watched it via him.
Hey, I'm gonna write down real quick that after this we should do a fucking revival,
Classic.
Tales episode where we play the Dr. Sleaze stories.
That whole thing. No, I think that would be a great one because they're really fucking funny. And I'm not sure they could ever be reenacted because he was drinking a little bit. Everything about it. Like if I asked him to recount and tell the story again, it wouldn't be the same. It was all about the moment.
Mm-hmm. Was dog.
So yeah, definitely. But let me see what we got here in the form of questions here. Let me pick out a few. You down, Zach? You game?
Go for it.
All right.
Oh, did you listen to that Norma Jean album yet while you're looking?
You know what's funny? I did. I listened to it yesterday, actually.
What'd you think? It was amazing, right?
I didn't hate it. It had...
Fuck it, exactly. So never give me shit again, ever.
It's like...
Know that if I think something you don't yet think, it's just because you haven't thought it yet. And I know I am the all-knowing.
I still don't know if it's completely for me, but I didn't hate it. I listened to it on a run, and it was fine. And I noticed elements like, well, I could see how maybe these guys took like a small smidgen of Deftones, right? Or a small smidgen of...
Oh, you should hear their first
the demo. They had another name.
Before they were Norma Jean, they were called Ludacris, and they sounded literally like fucking Korn and Deftones.
Really? I
Rip-off, man.
I did do my research, and I did read about that, but I didn't actually... I figured they sounded the same. They just changed their name. Ludacris, but the name was terrible, and they did like the weird spelling, right?
They kept getting confused with the rapper Ludacris because they're from the same area, so they had to change it.
Oh, really? It was because Ludacris himself wasn't big at the time. It was just they were local?
Yeah.
Wow. So that it had something to do with that, huh?
Mm-hmm. And their first EP, it's called like the 5 EP. It was originally a split with another band, but it was re-released as 5 EP because there's 5 songs on it. That's the only one where they sound like that. There's even a turntable guy in the band. But then before they made their first full-length album as Ludacris, they sound more like what Norma Jean ended up sounding like.
Interesting. Well, I'm kind of interested to hear the Ludacris stuff.
Oh, it's fucking cringe.
Is it really?
It is cringe.
Did they eventually end up sounding and evolving like some Screamo bullshit, some Angels and Airwaves, or fucking Dashboard Confessional bullshit? What do they end up sounding like in their later years? Because they're not around anymore, right?
Norma Jean?
Yeah.
They're still around.
Oh.
It's all different members, though. The original vocalist left right after that first album.
Okay. I was like, all right, what's their biggest album?
And he formed The Chariot, which I also talk about on Mac and Zach all the time.
Okay, and that guy was also the singer in Ludacris?
Yes.
Okay, so what's their most popular album commercially, fan-wise?
Probably their first album or their second one.
Really? Okay. They survived the singer transition just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought they weren't a thing anymore because literally nobody talks about them anymore.
Yeah, their last album sold really badly, I remember.
Like,
so they're making a new one now, and they're probably going to change a lot. They've been putting out hints like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna, it's Norma Jean like you've never heard it."
Well, they literally just fell off the radar because I knew Norma Jean. I heard about Norma Jean. I saw T-shirts all the time. They were getting web space on all the main websites and media outlets, and I thought they fell off the radar.
People were bitching about how they ripped off Botch.
Okay, then no clue.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They ripped off another band?
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, they ripped off Botch. Their second album, Oh God, the Aftermath, sounds just like Botch. They even recorded it with the same exact fucking guy.
I mean, dude, fucking a lot of those bands sound very similar. It's a scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But let's read some comments on the Halloween 2018 film commentary we did. That featured Mac as well. Feline Fatale said, just watched this movie for the second time on HBO tonight. I still enjoy it for what it is, but if I happen to watch a Halloween 2018 third time in a row, I will sync it with this hilarious podcast so I can embrace it with my amusement. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
It's only going to make it better, man. I don't have any desire to watch that movie. Maybe somewhere down the line I'll get like the feels to pop it in, but I'm done. I'm over it. 3 times isn't,
Did you see, speaking of the bass, did you see that dank meme I just made and put on our Instagram?
Oh, I did. It looked fucked up. He made Rocky Dennis look more like a Mr. Peanut Head.
It's the fucking mirror universe where fucking Eric Stoltz as Rocky Dennis played in The Mask rather than Mask. It's pretty donk.
I kind of thought you could do a Rocky Dennis Balboa too.
That'd be donk too.
Yeah. Dude, this raises another good question too. Michael Myers, do the Halloweens belong? Do we draw the line? No, that's Halloween exploitation. Even though that is a fucking pretty clear mask. You know?
And all the Jason movies.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't get carried away. We got to draw a line there. Yeah. So, yeah, but that's cool. I think it's only going to help. We really appreciate you listening to all this old content there, Feline Fatale. And by all means, keep requesting shit. Let us know what you want to hear. And we tend to listen to that and cater to it. So, thank you. Billy the Kid Lawrence. Oh, I'm sorry. Billy the Kid commented on Deep End. That's my bad. I'll save that for Deep End. Hopefully I'll read it on the one where I get to talk with Bat about stance on pornography. Hopefully that's going to happen.
He was like, he was like, he kept trying to guess, like, what's his deal with pornography? Is he straight edge?
And I was like, that's what me and Mac assumed too the first time.
Well, I don't, what do you mean? I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I mean, I guess kind of, right? I mean, I'm pretty clean, you know, but anyway.
Oh, hey, fun fact. Guess who's singing this song?
I can't really hear it.
Tia Carrera.
Did she do any voice work in this?
I don't know. This is probably around the time she was did fucking Wayne's World, and maybe she really wanted to be a singer. I don't know.
And she had like a brief stint.
Maybe she was like Bruno.
Interesting. So she has no ties other than to the movie at all. Just this.
Yeah, just this voice singing.
I'll have to listen to it after. What's it? Did you read that on like IMDb?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
Song Il Choi.
Okay. Ji Dong Lee. All right. Witch King on Mask 1985, Rocky Dennis. He says, and we're giving you what you want, man. He said, Batman Mask of Phantasm for Maskploitation.
Hell yeah.
You asketh, and you getteth.
It was such a fucking perfect thing, too. Like, oh, we never even thought of that. Like, then we started throwing out other time. Like, oh, Mask of Zorro. The Man in the Iron Mask.
Yeah.
But I've never seen either of those, so it would just be, let's keep the meme going, though. Let's keep the meme going.
We'll try it. That's funny, though. But yeah, hopefully you appreciate it. Keep throwing requests out, and we always like to consider those, and a lot of times we do them. So awesome, man. This one goes out to you, Witch King. On The Mask 1994, new commenter by the name of Disney65 fan. They say, one of my favorite movies with Jim Carrey used to scare the crap out of me as a kid. Ooh, somebody stop me. Oh, I can't beat the scene if you don't have the green. I better make a little stop. Can't believe it's 25 years old this year. I think in June, actually. Good special effects, and I love the chemistry between Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz. They also go on to say, oh, forgot to mention, never see the sequel, Son of Mask. It is so bad. Yeah, that's what's going to be a fun thing with us, because I'm hoping we could push doing off that movie forever. We just have this maskploitation fucking subcategory here, and it never ends up there. It just never happens.
That'll be one of those things like years after the E. True Hollywood story, the behind the mask, if you will. Get it? They're fucking talking about what was it that put a wrench in the fucking machine that is the Revival House and made you guys break up. Well, fucking one day, Aaron said, "Oh, you think we should do the mask?" And I exploded. Yeah.
You also brought up behind the mask, the unintentional namesake of the podcast, Rise of Leslie Vernon.
The Rise of Leslie Vernon. See, yeah, exactly. Or no, is it Rise or Fall? I don't remember.
I don't fucking know. I think it's Rise, but I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I remember liking that movie though.
All I remember is, I don't remember what year that movie came out. It obviously came out before our podcast, but it wasn't too long. Like, it was in the same era, right?
It was probably like a year or two. And I remember when I heard about your podcast, I thought, oh, is it connected to that movie?
Yeah, and we got that all the fucking time. We got it all the time. or hey, was it just named after that? Dude, to be honest with you, I didn't fucking know it was a thing. I didn't name the podcast. Riverman and fucking Riverman did. I didn't fucking name it.
Riverman and Riverman. He's got a fucking split personality.
Riverman and Riverlush. And so, yeah, it's just sort of becoming something. It's BTM. But yeah, like I said, unintentional. And they didn't intentionally name it after that either. So I'm not even sure if that movie was really on anybody's radar at the time. But anyway, fun factoid. Adrian Mendoza, the Omega, you comment on the X-Files home commentary, our brief break from the Massploitation that dropped last week. He says, nice. I watched this episode along with you guys, and it was a nice nostalgia trip. I remember watching the episode when it first aired, and it left a lasting impression on me. I was a huge fan of the X-Files as a kid. I enjoyed the Monster of the Week episodes the most. Is this episode a continuation of the Massploitation? All these mutants look like Rocky Dennis. Oh,
hell yeah.
The guy who co-wrote this episode of X-Files directed the remake of Black Christmas, and he directed Final Destination. Tombstone is an awesome film, and like Zach said, definitely eat Tombstone pizzas while doing the commentary. Zach, did you realize that that guy also directed Final Destination?
Yeah, and I forgot to mention that Final Destination was actually a script that was unused for an X-Files episode.
And they just expanded it for a feature?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Interesting. Well, that's really cool, man. Mendoza, thank you so much for watching along with us and enjoying the commentary. As it should be, right? With the watch along. Not necessary though, of course. Yeah, appreciate it. I won't be eating any Tombstone pizzas because I try and stay away from that shit. Zach, you're a skinny rail, man, or you're not eating that stuff anyway, right? You're watching them calories?
We'll do it on a cheat day, baby.
Do it on a cheat day. You have just a day where you blow out?
Fuck yes.
Do you just like cheat the whole day, or you just cheat for a meal?
Usually just one meal.
Yeah, well, there you go, man. So we'll figure that out. And that'll be extra interesting because I absolutely can't stand the sound of people eating when I'm recording a podcast. I can't stand the sound of people eating listening to a podcast. You know, I don't know how many times I've been really, really feeling a Mac and Zach Save the World episode. It's really good. It's going great. Halfway into it, Mac starts fucking smacking and eating pizza rolls, and I have to turn it off.
You gotta get over that.
I can't.
I gotta do the fucking Clockwork Orange thing. Do you fucking glue your ears open and make you listen to hours of it till you're desensitized?
It won't do it. It won't do it. I absolutely hate it. And that's a true story. There's actually episodes of your podcast I've never finished because I can't make it past.
Fuck, boy.
I fucking hate it.
See, we should do a porno commentary while eating. That would really fuck you up.
That would be horrible. That would cause the True Hollywood story scenario, right? Anyway, like, why did you murder Mac? And they're talking to me from behind bars. The fucking pizza rolls, man. I couldn't take it anymore. Anyway, last comment I'll read. Feline Fatale, you also commented on the X-Files home. You say, Tombstone will be a great commentary for you guys, and that's why we're going to do it. That's going to be the debut episode for the Stash exploitation. So be on the lookout for that. But hopefully you guys dig this. I know we talked about the movie. Really, we didn't talk about the movie very much at all. We talked about Batman a little bit, but this movie, not really. Sorry. We talked more about a bunch of drama shit. Oops. But hopefully it was still entertaining. If you have any questions you want to throw past us in the comments, we'll answer them. I have seen the movie. I did love this animated series growing up. I bought the damn Blu-ray set, like I mentioned, so I'm happy to talk about it. Zach, he's probably got better shit to do because he doesn't like it. So
I'm just pissed the tall man wasn't in it.
Yeah, misleading, right? Bait and switch.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, same old stuff. If you guys are on YouTube, fantastic. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that great stuff. If you're not already, make sure you guys are also checking us out over on podcast networks and formats. You know, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher. We're everywhere you need to be. Definitely much preferred and better for on the go and on the move. But if you prefer YouTube, that's great. Maybe you can at least go over there, just leave like a 5-star rating and a nice little comment or something, feedback, because that stuff really helps us get out there and gain more exposure to more people like you that would enjoy what we do. So all of that is much appreciated. And anything else we need to pitch? What's coming out? Mac and Zach, you guys got the new Double Dragon, right?
Double fucking Dragon, baby. Drunken commentary.
That was fun. I listened to that. No eating was involved. So that was really fun. And gosh, what else do we got? Anything else in the pipeline we need to talk about? Oh, I think as of this weekend, we have a new Exploited Cinema, right? No, sorry, Cinema Enema. Motherfucker, I knew that cinema.
Cinema Enema, baby.
That cinema fucking name commonality was going to get me in the ass, man. But anyway, that's all we got for now. Be on the lookout for a whole bunch of shit. We got announcements coming out as well, hopefully in the next week or so. And also, don't forget, if you guys are in the Midwest area and you enjoy commuting or you enjoy nerdy culture, we're going to be at Kansas City Crypticon. That's July 12th to the 14th, that weekend. Zach's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Riverman's going to be there. Mac might be there. I don't know. Josh James might be there. I don't know. But
it's like that fucking story with ICP and Eminem where they got pissed off at each other. Fucking Eminem shows up and he gets a flyer. Hey, you guys want to come to my show? And it says ICP, special guest, maybe.
Oh, yeah, nobody gets that reference but you. And probably Mac. But anyway, that's all we got for now. We'll keep you guys posted as new shit rolls through. Thank you so much. Catch you next time. Bye-bye, puppets.
End of the week at the Revival House. Next month's theme, you gotta figure it out. Italian zombies or Pauly Shore, a slasher with a knife and the girl next door, and 1 second in, get it all queued up and ready, hit play in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye puppets, Zach Pete and a solo cut band. Couldn't miss Cameron's love and Josh's Scott failed and Riverman's bail. Bye bye puppets. Sounds good, like this country used to. Revival House, 2019, y'all. That sounds like fire, like this country used to.